We do have 12 laps of distance, 18 riders down there on the front row, and believe we're getting ready to fire them up. We'll send them out. They'll get one lap to check out the racetrack. I believe Danny's down there on the track ready to talk to our pole setter. Let's go to Danny.
You guys have the best seat in the house. Nick, how excited are you for this race right now?
Very excited. Just hoping to get a good start, run up front, and be there at the end.
What should fans expect?
Should expect me on top of the podium.
That's what we like to hear. Good luck.
All right, that's your pole setter out there. So we're getting ready to send them loose. They'll get one lap to check out the racetrack because these guys were the first heat race when we started it at 6:45. So they haven't been on the racetrack since then. There's no dash for these guys, so they'll give them one lap to check out the racetrack, Chris.
And the racetrack's going to be different for them. You know, they were running in pretty much a 39-second bracket, maybe high 38s. They're probably going to be in the low 38s. Hopefully some of them will have made some gearing adjustments as the track picks up speed. These 450s are very sensitive.
So what do you think your chances are for the 44E Nick Armstrong winning his first Grand National here in the GNC2 class right here tonight?
Well, in his heat race against a strong 66 of Dominic Calindris, you know, he showed a lot of straight line speed. The interesting thing will be to see how that motorcycle stacks up to the 67M of Davis Fisher. Riders with Armstrong in his heat race couldn't really draft by. He controlled the race at the front, showed horsepower at the end, you know, late parts of the straightaways, but now he's got to go up against our point leader, a kid who's done well, finished well here a year ago, and is getting better every time he hits a racetrack.
Absolutely. So this is going to be a super stacked main event. We got several riders from California. Again, 18 riders in the main event. It is a 12-lap main. After this will be the GNC1 main event. So we'll get the riders up there to the line immediately. That's where they had a good long discussion during our riders meeting. Said no practice starts. You come straight up to the line and we go racing here in Sacramento. GNC2 class is up next. A correction, I should say. It's Ross Brown Motorcycle Attorneys. My paperwork says Russ. I was reading what I had in front of me, so sorry about that. Ross Brown Motorcycle Attorneys. If you need any help, 1-800-4-BIKERS. So I do apologize about that. I was just reading the paperwork I had, so I was corrected. Here we go, GNC2 main event.
These guys, what they've been waiting for all day, working hard. Some of these riders didn't have the benefit of racing in Springfield last week. Of course, that was on twins. First mile on 450s this year. I'm sure there's a few butterflies going.
All right, track is clear. They're getting ready to send them out. The trophy girl is out there with the 5-second board. Matt Dayringer will pull the riders up to the line. He will point to the trophy girl. We'll watch the light. Ladies and gentlemen, it's main event time here at the Sacramento Mile. GNC2 class on the track. We'll watch that green light. Clutches are in, bikes are in gear.
We'll see if the 44 turns right and goes up to the blue groove immediately.
Yep. And they're off, ladies and gentlemen, and you're right.
Good run off the second row.
Fisher does also.
Fisher does the same thing, leads him into turn one. Calindris in about the fourth position. So got Armstrong in second, filed in behind the 67. A slip-up coming off of turn two allows Fisher to gain about a 3-bike length advantage initially, and hopefully these guys can get through turn three a little clean here.
Some of
a
them
little close
getting in there
contact.
A little hot.
They're doing their best to widen the blue groove going for the GNC1 guys going in on the first lap.
So it's Fisher out front, the 67M. He's going to lead him off of 4. Behind him is the 44E of Armstrong. Here comes Bronson Bauman and the 24J. I believe that's Wilhelm in the 4 spot. 4 riders going to try to break away. They're 2x2 going into 1. Here comes Armstrong to take the lead.
Yeah, good late. We saw the horsepower of that bike as Fisher gets a little bit up off the edge of the groove, losing 2-3 bike lengths, and then the 44 slips up as well. These guys are going to go tooth and nail. A few little minor mistakes here for all of our leaders initially. As things settle in, hopefully they'll calm down. We'll start seeing those guys rip off some laps.
They're still bunched up pretty close. We've only had 1 lap in. This will be 2 laps going in the books. Here they come off of 4. The leader's getting a little bit sideways over there. It's the 44E of Armstrong. Here comes Fisher in second. Bronson's right there in third. Wilhelm is there on the 24J. Again, 4 of them trying to break away just a little bit.
Yeah, the 67 pulled up right even and showed Fisher showed that he's got the power to go by the 44, unlike the riders in the heat races. We see, looks like Jamison Minor up the inside, trying to take over the second position in the middle of the corner. Gets a good drive as Armstrong slips, coming down the backstretch.
And here comes Bronson Bauman. Now he's going to go up there and take the second spot. The Minor slide back a spot. Armstrong is going to kind of come with him on the outside. He's got a rider up there inside. This Minor.
Yeah, as we see as the rear of the field comes through from our shot, we have a lot of sand blowing around. We're starting to see a little bit of the remnants of this racetrack drying out, and it's going to be tough for visibility of the riders near the back as Fisher leads him off into turn one with Bronson Bauman hot in pursuit, Jamison Minor in third, Armstrong in fourth.
Here they come. They're down there in 3 and 4. Getting a little bit sideways is our leaders, but it's still Fisher out front on the Honda. Remember, he won last weekend at Springfield on the Twin. Now Colby Carlisle's up there on the Tomato. The Tomato's up to the 4 spot. Now Armstrong is slipped back to the second group. Here comes the Flying Tomato up to the front on the Kawasaki. He's breaking up this Honda battle.
And Bauman out front, first time leading today, it appears. Davis Fisher lined up for a good draft up the inside. As a double draft coming from Carlisle. Fourth rider comes in line with Minor as they go almost 4 wide into turn one.
So your leader goes from first to fourth is Bauman. Now it's Carlisle out front, I believe, tiptoeing through the first and second corner. That is Colby Carlisle. Fisher now in second. Carlisle says, I want to win my first race. I talked to him earlier today. He said today is the day. He's already called his shots earlier to me on the 36B. Now the rider coming in deep in the third spot is Bauman.
Bauman flicks it sideways up underneath the groove, does a good job. Keep from running in the back of Carlisle as Davis Fisher gets a tiny bit of breathing room coming off of turn 4 heading to the stripe.
Yeah, this camera right here seems like it's blurry. Oh, okay.
Great action up front. Fisher continues to lead. Colby Carlisle in second. Bauman in third. Minor in fourth. Jockeying for position through the corner.
I love this shot right here. This is a good action shot of the cameras. Camera workers doing a wonderful job here at fanschoice.tv. Hope everybody's enjoying the coverage. Down the back straightaway, it's Fisher out front, Carlisle in second, Bauman third, and the fourth place riders right there, Jamison Minor.
Interesting here, Fisher running over a lap and a half at the front. Nobody able to do anything with him. That's kind of rare in mile racing, especially in the 450. But great drive off of turn 4 as we come to the halfway flags. Things are starting to settle in a little bit.
And I want to give a shout-out to Tristan Avery. He's worked his way up to the 6th spot right now. Him and Nick Armstrong seem to be working together, and they're going to try to catch the leaders. The halfway flags are in there. The rundown as they went across the start-finish line was Davis Fisher, Bronson Bauman, Colby Carlisle, Jamison Minor, Nick Armstrong in 5th. Tristan Avery, Dominic Calendres, James Monaco, Dan Bromley, Ryan Kearns rounds out your top 10.
Well, that's a good rider for the young Tristan Avery to hook up to. We saw how fast Armstrong was earlier in the evening. See if they can work together and chase down our leading 4.
Here they come off of 4. It is Fisher, but he's got company. Bronson swings out. He's going to take a look for the lead. Looks like they have the identical helmet on. It is Fisher still leading him into turn 1. Bronson settles back into second. Now it looks like Minor's taking over the 3rd spot. Carlisle's 4th. And here comes Armstrong and Avery possibly working together, starting to catch up to the top 4 riders.
You know, interesting here, Davis Fisher probably weighs about 115, 120 pounds. Bronson Bauman, one of our bigger riders. He goes up the inside.
Wow.
Looks like he kind of almost kissed the foot of Davis Fisher going into the corner. Did a good job.
One of our front runners right there just slipped off the groove on possibly the 44E or the 16S of Avery. So they lose the lead battle. So now it looks like 4 riders. Then we got 1 rider by himself and then the rest of the gang. So here they come across the start-finish line. It's Fisher out front, Bronson in second, Jamison Minor still in that 3rd spot, Carlisle is still right there in 4th, and it looks like Tristan is still left up there in the 5th spot. So Armstrong was the rider that slipped off the groove.
As we saw, a little slip from the 16S up off the outside of turn 2, loses a little bit of touch with the leaders. Very costly. He has a chance to maybe chase him down here with 4 laps, less than 4 laps to go. But great Fisher picking his foot up early, trying to scoot back on the seat, give the bike a little bit of extra grip coming off of turn 4, tucking in. Bauman tucks in, pulls out to the inside.
Just from
as we see Bauman clip the handlebar of Davis Fisher going off into turn 1 as he pulls out of the draft, puts Davis Fisher down in a heartbeat.
And he goes out of harm's way, but Fisher goes down. The early leader goes down as they touch. The red flag does come out for the first time in this main event.
Saw that coming into turn 1. Bauman comes out, drafts to the inside, just clipping the handlebar of on a late draft there of Davis Fisher. He appears to be okay, but certainly disappointed. That was a tough get-off at about 120 miles an hour.
For the fans that are up in the stands, we saw it live right here on Fans Choice. The rider went down, slid out and slid around, and then he kind of went for a little bit of a wild ride. He jumped to his feet and got out of harm's way, and he's laying up on the air fence trying to recollect himself, and now he's going to climb on down. But he was getting out of harm's way. You know, that's the first instinct of every rider. If you go down in front of everybody, he was leading, and he knew it, so he got the heck out of the way.
Yeah, whenever time you go down and you're still conscious, the last thing you want to do is be laying on the racetrack with a pack of 450s behind you.
Absolutely. So he's going to jump on that scooter. Steve Moorhead's going to give him a ride. That is the Finley Flyer, former number 42, our director of flat track. Is going to give him a ride back to. Actually, they're going to give him a ride back to the hot box, but the pit. The bike is actually on the inside of turn number 1. So all the rest of the bikes are down there in the infield. Now you can see teams scrambling, Chris. You know, the riders can put on tear-offs on their helmet. They can get something to drink, you know, maybe a cool rag to help cool them down.
Wipe a little bit of the sand out of their eyes, clear their vision a little bit. Hopefully we'll see the 67M joining the field at the back.
But if these guys that are sitting here right now work on their motorcycle, they're going to the tail end of the field. So we got 18 riders. Again, Rodney Spencer's not scored with any times out there. I'm not sure if his transponder wasn't working or if he just didn't make the start. But definitely 17 riders, possibly Davis Fisher, will join the tail end of the field. And if he's all right, so he's getting a ride back from
Steve Moorhead. They're rolling his bike up. See what kind of damage he has to deal with. He is, as a crasher and being at the back of the field, he is allowed to work on the motorcycle because he's starting back there anyhow. So they need to get over there, take a good look at it, and as we see Bronson Bauman nod to Davis, and I'm sure he's saying sorry about that. Davis says that's all right. We'll see what we can do, and hopefully he'll make the restart.
Absolutely. So that was a wild moment there for sure. I don't know if they have a replay. They haven't seen one just yet, but everybody's over there in the hot box right now. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're not allowed to work on that motorcycle. If you do, you go to the back of the pack. So tough break for young Davis Fisher. He won last week, and if he's going to win tonight, he's got to come from dead last in the field. What do you think his thoughts are, Chris? I mean, what do you think?
I think that's going to be very difficult on a staggered restart with 3 laps to go. I think right now he's thinking, all right, how do I preserve championship points? How do I move forward, get as many positions as I can, and go in damage control, so to speak? It's a tough break for the young Davis Fisher.
So we'll give you a restart. The pole setter now will be Bronson Bauman. He can go outside or inside. There'll be a staggered start, so Brombo's going to lead him, or will be the first pick off the line. Not sure if he's going to lead him in the first corner. Jamison Miner currently second. Colby Carlisle, the Tomatoes, up there third. Tristan Avery now in the 4th spot. Nick Armstrong, the early leaders, in 5th. Dan Bromley will be 6th. Ryan Kearns, another California rider, in the 7th spot. Brandon Wilhelm was up at the front for a while. He's back in the 8th spot. James Monaco, 9th. He was our fast qualifier earlier today. He's struggling in this main event, as well as Calendras. Both those two were fast in qualifying practice. They're find themselves deep in the field. 11th is Andrew Luker, the 11Z. Michael Inderbitz in 54Z. J.R. Addison will start 13th. John Vanderlane will be 15th. 16th will be Jeffrey Lowry. 17th, Tony Myring, and Rodney Spencer's 18th. And if Fisher can join the pack, he'll be at the tail end of the field. I believe Danny's down there trackside. She's trying to get some interviews lined up with some of our front runners, and she's actually caught up with the leader down there, Bronson Bauman. Danny?
All right, thanks, you guys. Bronson, Davis just went for a wild ride, but you're back up in the front of the pack. What's going through your mind right now?
You know, I'm actually kind of nervous. This is actually the longest I've been up front, so, I mean, I'm really excited. Nerves are rushing. I mean, just going to try and do my best to stay up front. Going into 1, Davis kind of clipped my boot, and he went down. Don't like seeing anyone going down for me to get the lead, but, I mean, I'm in the lead, so I'm happy about that. But glad Davis is okay, and maybe we can lead this thing.
All right, get your head back in the game. We'll see you on top of the box.
All right, catching up with Brombo down there, and he is ready to lead him off. Remember, he's from Salinas, California, and he's going to try to go out there and get a win here at the Sacramento Mile. He's got his sponsors all over his leathers. He is super excited out there. He's ready to give it a run. There's Brombo giving a thumbs up. And then second right there is the 27U. Jamison Miner's been sneaking up there. You know, hasn't quite got to the lead yet. There's the Flying Tomato, Colby Carlisle. He told me earlier this was his night. He was going to win his first one. There's Tristan Avery, young Tristan Avery, up there to the 4th spot, the 16S, followed by Nick Armstrong on the 44E.
Yeah, these guys kind of get a second chance. You know, they kind of lost touch with the leaders there toward the end before the red. Kind of reset things here. Looks like we're going to have 3 or 4 laps to go to the finish, and it should be a good one.
All right, so we're looking back through the pack. There's 24J Wilhelm going on back. Again, the 23Z of Monaco. There's Calendris climbing on board the 66Y. These guys getting ready to do battle. It's going to be more like a 3-lap shootout. They revert back 1 lap, so I believe it'd be 3 or 4 laps. Haven't heard that officially on the radio. Taking a look, there's Ray Rizzo, our racing chaplain with Motor Racing Outreach, here for all of our rider support. No matter if they're hurt, healthy, having a main event, they got a short break. There's Tony Myring back there on the 56Y. Had a good night last night at the Lodi Cycle Bowl.
And I see they're taking Davis Fisher hasn't joined the line yet, but they're over there talking to somebody, and hopefully he'll join the back of the field.
Listening in on the AMA conversation, trying to figure out how many laps we have left. And they, of course, they have to check with the AMA rulebook to make sure. You know, sometimes you have to have a minimum of 5. I'm not sure about the GNC2 class. I don't have that memorized quite yet.
Yeah, brings up a good point. In GNC1, we know for sure on a 25-lap final, if you're inside 5 laps to go, no matter if it's the white flag and the red comes out on the last lap, you reline them up for a 5-lap dash from single file. I'm not sure if that is applying as well here with the GNC2 class.
So we're still listening in on the radio. I still didn't get the official word. They're going to fire them up right now.
I think I saw them hold 5 fingers up.
That's what I thought. I thought you'd have to run at least 5 laps to make it fair for the guys, maybe if you don't get a good start.
That was a good catch there, Mr. Dubler.
I'm trying here, Chris. 5-lap shootout, GNC2. We're going to have a 5-lap dash, basically, but this time we got several riders out there. From my vantage point, I'm not sure if Davis Fisher's at the back, but I think I do see his helmet way at the tail end of the field. Man.
Yeah, he's going to have 5 laps, a couple more than we thought initially. Maybe he can find himself up maybe in the top 5. All depends how things go. He's been running fast at the front. So we have a rider stalled his bike at the back of the grid before.
It was Fisher.
It was Fisher. Let his bike go.
And they said they can't hold it. They're going. I don't know if they're going to stop it or not, but it's Bauman grabbing the whole shot once again. Minor's in the 2 spot. Carlisle in 3rd. They come off of turn number 2.
Tristan Avery in 4th as well. Good chance for him to gain some experience running up the front here.
Down the back straightaway. Here they go. They're nose to tail. One rider ducks out.
Looked like Minor did a
wow.
Runs it up. Carlisle comes with him up the inside.
These guys are getting
pushing
aggressive.
Bonds, and the 16 of Avery off the groove, our 4th place rider, gets kind of sucked in as the riders win 2-3 wide going into turn 3.
Well, they had so much momentum going into the corner. Here they come. Green flag's out. A tough break for Davis Fisher, and he is 1 lap down. He stalled the bike on the starting line, so he's 1 lap down. So he will definitely not win this race for sure. So that's a tough break for young Davis Fisher, who won last weekend. It is.
Looks like the 27U of Jameson Minor out front.
So we got Bronson back there in the 4th spot. Here comes the 20.
Armstrong, 44E up around the outside.
Wilhelm's coming with him.
Wilhelm
Where'd he
up
come
the
from?
inside. See if he can hold it.
Nope.
Slips up a little wide.
Slipping off the groove. So Wilhelm was way back off that restart. Must have got a heck of a jump, and he's back up there battling for the lead. Here they come off of 4. Watch out. Little bumping going on with Armstrong as Minor swerved to the left. Here comes Bronson on the outside. Bauman takes the lead going into 1 on the I side.
This is hectic. This is a great reset for this race. We had 4 riders break away early on, whittled down to 3. Now we have a freight train of 8, potentially 9. These guys are going for it with 3 to go.
Yeah, here they come. We do have a final lap on our screen, but we do have 3 laps left, ladies and gentlemen. So here they come into turn number 3. Out front's Armstrong, and behind him is Bauman. So Bauman slips off the groove.
And he's going to get freight trained by him. He's more
big
than likely
train.
going to drop all the way back to about the 8th position, if not more.
And here comes Armstrong, Minor, 1 and 2. Wilhelm's there. Now Calendris is there. Watch out. They're fanning for 4 wide across the start-finish line. Wilhelm's up there. His right foot just came off the foot peg, Chris. These guys are going for it like it's a short track.
Yeah, with 2 to go. Armstrong back where he was comfortable. We saw how dominant he was at the front. Minor unable to make a draft pass down the front stretch. See if he's able to pull out and make the pass here going into turn 3.
Carlisle makes the pass into 2nd, so he didn't quite we didn't think that was going to happen, but it's Armstrong, Carlisle, 1 and 2. Here they come off of turn number 4. This, I believe, will be the white flag.
White coming to the white flag. Armstrong running a solid race at the front.
And here comes Tristan Avery out of nowhere. Now look at Wilhelm, makes it 4 wide for 2nd place.
Avery into the third. Wilhelm runs up into the second position.
Man.
He has shown some good straight line speed. He has the ability to draft the 44 of Nick Armstrong as we line up down the back straightaway. Tristan Avery holding on to the third position.
Here they come, back straightaway for the final time. A half a lap remaining here in the GNC2 class. It's Armstrong out front looking for his first victory. Wilhelm's already won at Daytona. He knows what it tastes like. Avery right there, one rider goes down.
Calendris goes down, fighting for position. Fourth or fifth goes down into turn 3 as we have the run to the stripe. Armstrong.
Double checkered flag. Here they come to the finish line. Who's it going to be? It's too close to this angle to tell. Avery was there on the 16S.
Armstrong looks like he held on to it to me with a close finish there.
Avery thinks he's got it.
Avery's pumped.
And it is Nick Armstrong taking the win. The Norco California rider taking the win. Tristan Avery will get second. Brandon Wilhelm, the 24J, will be third. Jamison Reiner ran up front the entire race. He gets fourth. Colby Carlisle will be fifth on the 36B. Bronson Bauman will get sixth on the 30Z. Ryan Kearns will finish in the 7th spot. Jeffrey Lowry 8th. James Monaco 9th. J.R. Addison rounds out your top 10. 11th is Dan Bromley. Vanderlane will get 12th. Andrew Luker 13th. Enderbitson 14th. Meyering 15th. As we take a look at the replay coming to the line, you can see they fan out just a little bit too late. Here comes Wilhelm making a bid for it. Avery's coming up the outside. He's got a workhorse because he's going to make the pass by himself.
Gets pulled along from they kind of split the draft there.
To finish up the rundown. So again, Meyering will get 15th. 16th will be Dominic Calendris, who went down on the last lap. Davis Fisher will get 17th. Rodney Spencer Jr. will get that 18th spot, and he doesn't have any time, so that's what we have on our timing and scoring. There's your winner, ladies and gentlemen, from Norco, California, winning his first GNC2 class race. It is Nick Armstrong, the 44E, and man, what a rider he is.
Yes, he is. He's come a long way in a short period of time, only racing for about 5 years. The guys at Southland Performance put a pretty strong horse underneath him today as he takes that first victory lap in his GNC2 career. This kid has some potential. Look forward to seeing him progress over time, but I got to give it up to Tristan Avery, the 16S, coming from a near-death experience, essentially at the Amateur Nationals in Springfield. Got a little assistance from the class of '79. Spent 2 weeks in the hospital in Springfield, Illinois. Finds his way in short order by the 4th race as a pro. Finds himself on the podium in a strong second-place finish.
That is awesome. But again, the winner getting all the glory and get the victory lap right now is Nick Armstrong, Norco, California rider, rode the Honda, sponsored by Southland Racing, G&G Racing, Racetech, Leslie Brothers, among some of the sponsors on the 44E. He'll be pulling up to the victory podium here in just a moment, and we'll talk to the top 3 riders, and then the moment we've been waiting for, our GNC1 main event, will be coming up shortly. So those riders are in staging and ready to go. I believe we're just about ready to throw it to the victory podium for next to the final time, as our winner is headed that way right now on the 44E. What a job. Nick Armstrong. Tristan Avery's down there, the 2nd place finisher, and Brandon Wilhelm finishes in the 3rd spot on the 24J. We're going to give him a chance to get his lid off. Let's go trackside with Danny. She's going to go straight to our winner. Danny?
Nick Armstrong putting on quite the show out there. That was not an easy race to win. Take us through that final lap.
Final lap, I knew that I had the horsepower to get to the line first. I just had to get through the corner and get off it good.
How did the track hold up?
Very well. It was good. I was struggling early in the main event, and that restart allowed me to calm down a little bit and start putting together some good laps.
Now, this podium's been quite good to you. Who would you like to thank?
Got to thank Southland Racing, Hamblin's Body and Paint, TDFJ.com, G&G Racing, Bell Motorcycle Superstore, and everyone else who helps me out. Thank you.
All right, Sacramento Mile fans, put your hands together for Nick Armstrong taking the AMA Pro GNC2 win.
That was your winner. Trying to get our 2nd and 3rd place finishers up there. 2nd is Tristan Avery. 3rd is Brandon Wilhelm. They'll get him up there right now. I believe Danny's just about ready for our 3rd place finisher, the 24J, Brandon Wilhelm. Actually, she's caught up to 2nd place, Tristan Avery. Danny, if you can hear me, let's go back trackside.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. Tristan Avery, first time up here this weekend. How are you feeling right now to be on the podium in 2nd place?
It's crazy. I mean, this feeling is just such amazing, and I've came a long way and worked really hard to get this and get to where I am, and it's a dream come true. It really is.
Who would you like to thank?
Ron Ayers, Motorsports, AMA, Ride Academy, Mr. Sign. I don't know the rest, but thank you so much for getting me where I am now, and I can't thank you enough.
All right, you guys put your hands together for Tristan Avery taking second place.
I'm sure if Tristan had to do it all over again, he'd give a big thanks to his pops, Chip Avery. I've watched him work real hard at getting them going as we send it back down to Danny with Brandon Wilhelm.
Danny? All right, so I believe the mic is down. There we go.
We got it. Thanks, you guys. So, Brandon Wilhelm, you cannot be disappointed with a third-place finish. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling ecstatic right now. I got a decent start, but got pushed off the groove. I don't even know. I might have been in like 9th or 10th place, but was making my way up. The restart really helped. I don't know, just kept on trucking and got up here on the box.
All right, who would you like to thank?
Western Hills Honda, Mike Butler Racing, Wilhelm Racing, just everyone who helped me get here. It's hard to get out here from all the way in Indiana, so just everyone, man. It feels great to be up here again.
All right, you guys, that was an impressive GNC2 race. Put your hands together for our podium finishers. We have one more. Tristan Avery, let me sneak over here quick. All right.
I'd like to thank my dad. He is my number one. He has been my number one and always will be. And another thanks to Mike Hacker.
All right, good job down there at Victory Podium. Ladies and gentlemen, there is your Victory Podium GNC2 class.